or an encapsulation of what it has been.
Things
encapsulated. Building. Things had been built. We had been complaining about the performance of the Black Stars under Chris Hughton. You see, when we say this, somebody will say we want Chris Hughton sacked.
No, far from that.
We like the man. We want him to succeed. So if he hasn't seen the problems, we are pointing it out to him.
He himself says that according to him, the team has hit rock bottom. They can't, he says they can't get any worse than this.
I like it. I mean, you see, when you eat and you belch. So it's at that point that you realize that, Charlie, you know what?
This is not. Look, so my 5-year-old daughter, she said, "Daddy, not." So if you go into the Bible, right?
Yeah.
I like to make all these. It's good. Religion is nice. Apostle Saul, later when he became Paul, he was Saul crucifying the Jews.
Yep.
He got his moment on the way to Damascus, and that was when he turned. So maybe the Black Stars need this.
Yeah, that's true.
Every country has this point. Germany, 1998, Croatia beat them 3-something.
But we got our moment during the AFCON at Cameroon.
You see, maybe then they'll say, it's a bad moment. So this one, you play 2 friendly games. You concede 6. You didn't score any. Against USA alone, the USA had 8 shots on target. They scored 4. Ghana, for a while, in the last 7-8 matches, we've not even put together 10 shots on target.
Seven in 7.
We've had 7 shots on target in 7 games.
Or 1 per game.
1 per game.
What? How can you tell me this?
So maybe we need this to. And I like what Jordan Ayew said. He said
it's a reality check, and now we know our level.
Now we know our level. So it's good. I hope that from this point.
I must
Look, I love Jordan Ayew's honesty.
I hope that after that game, everybody in that dressing room, coach,
my level,
player, FA boss, they will all be honest with themselves. Because like I said on Wednesday, football made in Ghana. This football, if you take it to the AFCON, Egypt will lay it out. Senegal will lay it out. Cote d'Ivoire will give it to you. Algeria, they will spare you.
Have you forgotten that we just struggled to get out of an AFCON group that had a Central African Republic?
We are taking on Madagascar.
We literally qualified.
Comoros and whoever.
No, we're in Group B for the World Cup.
No, the World Cup.
The World Cup on November. We are taking on 13. We are playing Madagascar and Comoros. Yes.
You see,
and AFCON is Mozambique, Cape Verde, and Egypt.
You can't lie and cheat the system. If you don't do your things well, the result. You see, you can't lie.
It will expose you.
Then I've not seen anybody who has lied to a process and succeed long term. One day, the system will catch you.
Chris Hughton
and we are at that point where if we don't start being honest with ourselves, Chris Hughton has to be honest with himself. The players need to be honest with themselves, because Ben, the display I watched in that game, especially against the USA, smacked of players who had gone out there and did not give a hoot.
Going through but after those 2 games, they all took home $10,000.
Coach,
you know why? Because I've heard people say it's friendly, so we shall allow it to go. Friendly. The more you're watching, they got $5,000 per game. $5,000 per game.
Yeah.
So in Ketia, this is where I start my point from. The Jemefe Commission has been completely
thrown in the bin
by the Okraku administration.
Oh, they've thrown it out.
Look, nobody can tell me that we didn't make money from these 2 friendly games. Nobody. How much money did we make? We need to know. Because we cannot allow the FA under this minister take our national teams out there and go and make money and share the money. And anytime our team is going for a major tournament, your money, my money, our money will be used to take the team there. Even that one, they'll go and share it too. We need to know. Look, Nyantechi is also a Ghanaian. During the days of Nyantechi, whenever our Black Stars went out for a friendly game, we could hear the pressure. It was because of those things. That is what the Jemefe Commission included. That every friendly game, every detail should go through the ministry. And the ministry
should
is
make
the
those
final
details.
approval.
They should approve.
Making sure that the country is going to benefit. This minister, no more he should stop that. How much money was, because I've spoken to some of the players, they've told me it was 5,000 per game, so that is $10,000. You don't go and disgrace Mother Ghana. Don't put up your best. Then you take home 10 because people are sharing.
You are literally rewarding players for mediocrity and nothing.
Mediocrity and nothing.
Let me encapsulate the lack of commitment and fight.
Charlie.
In that sequence involving Tim Weah
and
Ali
Ali
Seidu.
Charlie.
Tim Weah lobs Ali Seidu.
The Alilu turns and then he stands.
He takes him
completely.
Tim Weah is running with the ball, and Ali Seidu stands. And he's
watching him.
Thomas
Partey was covering, so Ali should be in the mood in case we are going.
He had given up.
You see,
Just given
when you wear that shirt, like I said, you represent all of us.
Charlie,
not all of us can play. That's why you are playing.
Yep.
So when you are there, you are representing me. You are representing Ya. You are representing Chris and Ben.
Yeah.
You are representing
your family.
You are representing your family. You are representing the market woman at Agogoshi who wakes up at 4 a.m. to go and sell fish and tomato.
Because her taxes
pay
you.
You are collecting money from them.
We go out there and we play as if we don't care.
As for Chris Hughton, from what I have seen, you remember, I supported Chris Hughton on condition that
no, you bold. Yeah, but you even eventually you said that everybody needed to go from that technical bench.
Do you know the picture that annoys me? I see the three of them trying to fight something on the what were they looking at?
The tactics, the brain trust.
There was no tactical anything on that.
The Black Stars brain trust.
There was nothing. Because look, we were doing a thing on scorecard when we played against Mexico, and I said, we don't have a base. We don't have every team has a strength.
Mm-hmm. What is that?
What is the strength of this team? Defensively, we are bad. In midfield, Dukadaya, attack, Banza. No more, Menafio. Michael, listen, Black Stars, ne? Suleiman Tari Black Stars, this. Stephen Appiah. Is this Stephen Appiah's Black Stars?
It is.
Is it the baby jet? Is it our Black Stars? No, we know.
I'm sure he's appalled when he sees
the current players are not as good as they see. No more. Look, fight, determination, proper desire to die. As you aim at collecting $10,000, just show a bit more commitment. For Chris Hughton, the coaching is bad. If you don't tell, if they don't tell me, I'm telling
terrible.
You. The coaching is very bad because there's no system.
He says,
everything.
He says that this is his wake-up call to perhaps 10.
Because let me quote him.
How does you quote him first? Let me make my last point on the matter.
And it corroborates with what Nathan said. He said sometimes the performances like today can be something that can kickstart something else, or it can be something that makes my mind up about a certain system and way of playing players.
We heard Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said this,
which is so incomplete.
Lost 4-0 to Everton.
Which is so incomplete.
That's what I'm saying. That it could be.
Which is so incomplete. He should have added, makes his mind up on certain players. On certain.
He has not. How many minutes of football has he played this season?
14 minutes. He's played 14 minutes. No more any bebo pony pass. No more into me. Can't do more jalamin training 2 weeks.
You mean when you wake up from bed and you are old?
No, old man. Oh, Cosmo, bottom out, Bakama, no be.
Just 2 weeks training.
You mean 2 weeks? You mean if you have nothing? No more. It is not your chest control.
Machi.
14 days, KK. 14 days.
Meaning, how do you call yourself? No wonder he's played only 14 minutes at his club side.
Just 14 days, coach.
Look, this is the way forward. I've always said, and Nathan have repeated it here. If you are never going to be honest with your player selection, forget it.
I've always said this.
Honesty is key.
I've always said this.
Chris Hughton, why have you not gone to Jeffrey Schlupp and spoken to Jeffrey Schlupp? Why have you not taken it upon yourself to go and see Alfred Duncan and speak to Alfred Duncan? Bernard Mensah,
Why is Majid Ashimoro missing out on call-ups?
Was Ashimaro injured?
Why is Konigsdorfer not playing?
Not playing.
He keeps on getting
He's
call-ups.
wasting our plane tickets money.
Ransford,
Ransford, the boy Konigsdorfer. Coach, they are buying him prime plane tickets.
No.
He's sleeping in prime accommodation.
Kwesi Oche right.
He's collecting bonus. Schindling.
He's another one.
Schindler. Mexico player Chile.
No, that's the second time now Chile. When we played against Angola,
what sort of
you want your team to pass out from the back, but you're not called up a player.
That particular against Angola. Here can say.
To be honest, I don't know about you guys, but after Cameroon,
you just realize that.
I don't know you.
A certain part of me died when it came to the Black Stars because I realized that
it will die.
I realized that if it's the same people at the helm of affairs,
the result will never
it's just a vicious cycle. Like nothing will change.
You see,
sometimes they will make it look like they are doing things differently.
This is the level of dishonesty. We don't know how much money Chris Hughton earns.
Yep.
We don't know how much money Masawu Didi money and Boateng earns. You
know what happened?
You don't respect us or what?
And you know what happened? We'll be sitting in this country when Hughton eventually leaves the job. They'll come and say, we owe him. We owe him
backlog.
8 months in salary. And then we'll hear the figure and say, hey, where from this figure? Meanwhile, in the 2 or so years in which you employed him, you made it a top secret, a CIA secret, to never let out how much the money is.
Hold on, look. Every Englishman knows how much Southgate is taking. Can you mention one country that we don't know how much money their coaches earn?
These are public knowledge.
It should be public knowledge.
You want your team to pass out from the back, but you haven't called up a guy who plays in the Spanish La Liga as a defender and is comfortable on the ball. Abdul Mumin.
Look, I've been complaining why this guy's over. Nicolas Opoku he's sitting on the ball in the 18, no indirect.
It just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit.
Did you see Nicolas Opoku?
Guys, look, Ben.
Me. Look,
earlier this week, our very good friend, Godfrey Akoto-Boafo, Doc.
Oh yeah,
I cried when I listened to Doc.
He said
you unleashed on him.
He said a few years. For those who didn't hear the story, I repeat it. He said a few years, many years ago, when Stephen Appiah, Essien, and Muntari were in their pump, they had a training session at the Accra Sports Stadium. And after the session, one fan confronted Stephen Appiah and told him in the face that today's training session was poor.
Yes,
it was horrible, and that they should back up. The next day, he would be back here to see if they are training well.
That's right.
The cue I will take, and what I will pick from that is this. And I support Godfrey Akoto-Boafo's call. When the Black Stars are going to the AFCON, we beg them. They should not take them to Dubai. No.
Cote d'Ivoire.
The sports ministry this week, when I read Sports Round, there was a story. They said, Wa, Axim, and Kofredia, the sports resource centers will be ready. No problem.
98% complete.
You want
They've been 98% completed for like the last 2 years.
You want a perfect test of the facility. Let the Black Stars train there.
Oh, no, it's true.
Then we'll all go and see. And we'll remind the players that you are going to an AFCON next door.
Yeah.
You will be fed.
Yeah.
You will be paid.
Yep.
You will be clothed.
Yep.
You will be entertained. You will be distressed with our money. You dare not go to Cote d'Ivoire.
Dare not.
And
That
go
is the
put
way
up
you dare not.
any wishy-washy performance.
Hold on. I think we need to emphasize that point again. That we don't need players to go and camp in Dubai and the UAE.
It will never happen.
I'm saying that
Cote d'Ivoire
the sports minister and Mr. Sports Minister, good evening. You listen to this show, I know. Please, the resource centers are getting complete. We love that. Let the Black Stars train here. Because the weather in Cote d'Ivoire is the same. Let them train here.
The value is the same.
We will come and watch the training sessions. We will criticize.
On the doorstep of Cote d'Ivoire.
We will be there. You see, and I feel that.
Perfect placement.
I feel that when they say that we need to protect, it's important. We need to protect players from distractions. But you see, somehow players need to be reminded that
they need to experience the real thing.
They need to be reminded that they are representing us.
Yeah.
So when they wear that jersey is not size 15 because it fits you. That jersey, a part of it is me.
Yeah.
A part of it is you.
Yep.
A part of it is your mom.
Yep.
A part of it is the market woman. And you are representing all of us. You dare not go to Cote d'Ivoire and not give your... You see, we don't mind if you get eliminated.
Yeah.
What we will tolerate is a lack of effort. Run that extra 10 meters.
Yep.
Sweat that extra bucket if you have to. Put your foot on the line. Because you are not only playing for yourself, you are playing for us. As for the antics they went to do in the US, instead of focusing on the football and they were doing their own things,
$10,000.
we will not accept it, Ben, because it is so disheartening. Ben, I was watching it and I had friends from all over the world texting me and asking, is that the Black Stars? I could not believe it.
Gideon Mensah.
My folks in America.
Gideon Mensah. What?
And
Let me
just a quick one. And see,
I'll go in there now. I'll
this
go to
thing
the
about commitment, it's not just Ghanaians seeing it. It's not just Africans seeing it. I just had to do a quick checkup because I had seen this somewhere. Neymar, Brazil's own Neymar, he made a comment. And he said, Africa does not win a World Cup because African players play for Europe. It's different with us in Brazil. No matter where we are trained, we prefer to defend the jersey of our country. African players have talent, but they don't show it for their national teams. African players don't have much passion to represent their countries like South Americans. That's why Brazil has 5 World Cups.
So
people will be
all the players, they were happy they were given the call up because at the end of the day, thank you.
whether I play or not. That's
And it's also in the because we are going to the US.
Yes. What sort of mentality is this?
Like I said, we will not tolerate any subpar performances. And the same goes.
Who do you blame? You blame the people at the FA. The FA door was locked. The entire Ghana FA. America down. America down. Me, America. They are begging me.
I'm happy you've mentioned the FA. Ben, tell them. Ben, in that week, when the African teams played African teams.
Yes.
Egypt played against Algeria.
Played Algeria.
Yep.
South Africa.
Somebody asked me.
South Africa. You should watch the football South Africa.
Somebody.
When I was watching the thing, I said, "Hey!"
Somebody asked me that. Look, why is the Black Stars engaging in friendlies with Mexico and the United
what
States?
is-
You don't need that. Come to play a 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Madagascar and Comoros. And in January, you move to Cote d'Ivoire and play against Egypt, Mozambique, and Cape Verde. Why you played against
God
Mexico?
bless our senior, Dr. Godfrey Akoto-Boafo.
Oh, no more.
For leading the charge and for raising the points that the national team should camp here.
No, because
Ahead of
honestly,
the AFCON.
They will come here. Nobody's going
we will
because
support that
because
cause.
it is clear that how fancy, how expensive a place you camp does not
It doesn't-
relate
Ben,
to success.
we have taken
We have
this
camped
team-
in Dubai. We have camped.
Have you seen it?
We have camped everywhere under the sun with all the 5-star
Ben,
facilities.
I'm saying that they will camp here. It will serve a number of purposes. Purpose number one, I mean, we say we are building facilities.
Yeah.
We use that to
test it.
To test. And if it doesn't work, the sports ministry will hear from us.
Yeah.
Reason number two, it will bring the team closer to the fans.
people.
Thank you.
this is our team.
So that when you show up at that training,
We are not happy
and
with
we are
you.
not happy,
We'll let you know.
Sharp. We'll let you know.
Chris Hughton
in the
says-
most respectful way possible.
Yeah.
We'll let you know that we don't like this effort. This effort will not bring us close to an AFCON. Reason number three is for acclimatization purpose. The weather in Dubai is not the same as Cote d'Ivoire. So
you.
please, the sports ministry, if you have plans of sending them anywhere outside Africa, forget it. Let them camp here.
He cannot.
Because in December and January, it will be winter over there.
As for the Julobi demonstration, I say quadruple Julobi demonstration. If they attempt to take the blasters outside of this,
You mean you will demonstrate?
I alone.
One man.
I'm telling you,
One
and I
man
know
protest.
Ghanaians
I'll
will join me.
I will join you.
Mini life, ne? So, Chris Hughton, this is what you have to do to be free.
Talk to me about that.
Chris Hughton, call the correct players. So, if you go and call Ambrosius and Schneiderlin and Schindler and
Schneiderlin is French. He won't come.
Why are here?
Schindler.
Chris Hughton, what is give our team
An identity.
identity? Many
7 games.
Many coaching. What sort of coaching? Then people want us to accept that we should give him time.
But coach, where's the football DNA?
Chris,
The football DNA,
Chris,
our
Chris,
people
as for-
promised that.
Chris, the
Football
point is
DNA.
I told you that thing was there on arrival. When I said it,
As for time, you see, see,
It was dead on arrival.
Hughton is going nowhere between now and the AFCON. But you see, I'm happy he himself, these are his own words. And you see, because the internet doesn't lie. That we've written the story. It's here.
Yep.
So on the day of reckoning,
No, that story I wrote it. I don't know. He said we have hit rock bottom.
on the day of reckoning, we'll pull it out like receipts. You know that Twitter handle, the receipts guy. I hear he's been called to the bar. Shout outs to the receipt, whoever you are. You've been called to the bar. Great job.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you. We'll pull it out, and then we'll say that you said that you hope this would mark a turning point.
Yes.
So from this day onwards, we hope to see a different Black Stars.
Second week in November at a World Cup qualifiers.
A Black Stars, then a Black Stars that has a clear plan. A Black Stars, and for me this is the most important part. A Black Stars that is passionate. Players who,
when they are losing, we should see the pain in them for losing a football game.
and
said do Ali do asusu do fio no odumochu o kwepade ekebole ya.
Because Ben, for me, I think that the passion
is dead.
It's dead. And you see, everything comes down the willingness and the heart and the desire to look at your national flag on your chest.
Yeah.
Look, we saw
Say
Pep
that
Guardiola
today.
This new boy that he bought, the Ghanaian that he bought,
Doku.
He said there was a game that boy did what Seydou did, and Pep screamed at him. You could see him running back to cover. Chris Hughton the chenu akena shoni no pade na susu papa le Chris Hughton na that na bugasi me kaba no kwale.
It's okay.
I'm telling you. No, but why? You see, that thing happened in the presence of Chris Hughton.
Maybe it happened on his blind side.
Blind side. The couple of not a question.
I would just say this. Look, before we go into this AFCON, I'll just say this, and this is
Ben, before the World Cup qualifiers, it's a World Cup
Next month,
in November. In November.
Good. Now, I spoke to Salis, and I'll tell you something he said. I told him that, look, we watched you guys play at the World Cup. Against Portugal, you conceded 2 goals in quick succession.
Against Korea.
Against Korea, you did the same thing.
Against Uruguay.
Same thing. You know what he told me?
No.
He says he thinks the team's biggest problem is their mental fragility. He says this team is mentally fragile. And I'm asking myself again, between that AFCON I saw in Cameroon, between the World Cup I saw in Qatar, between the qualifiers that we've gone through right now,
Where's the psychology?
where is the team psychologist?
Okraku.
No, those Martin Luther King speeches. No, coach.
Those are the wrong. When we went to Qatar, didn't you see it? After they ate the food,
And I'm hearing,
you saw it.
hold on, and I'm hearing after this USA game, apparently
I heard
Hughton and Kurt
were in the
took a
dressing room.
while
No, a fire will be
because
psychologists.
more Martin Luther King speeches. Look,
What is that?
stop these things.
Actually,
Players say that the player is telling you
Yes.
that he believes that the group is mentally fragile.
Fragile.
And that every time they go down by a goal, there's nobody in the team
Ben,
who is kicking the team up and says,
I'm saying that-
guys, keep your heads up, we can do this.
I'm saying that-
Where is the team psychologist?
You see, you mentioned this. All of us here, listen.
don't ask where the team psychologist is, because the psychology of this team is Okraku. Say it. Like you just said, when they lost, he went to the dressing room and he was telling them, psyching them up. As to how he does that, only God knows. Only God knows.
Nathan, you wanted to make a point quickly before we go.
You see, I just wanted to. You were talking about the nature of this team. Man, I really worry for this team because the day we concede first in a game, we go chop hot.
I told you, the team is not scoring goals. So me,
The team is not creating chances.
the moment we concede, we are doomed. No coming back.
Every now and
Because
then there will
we
be
need to
individual.
hope
There will be some
that
individual players
Joseph
from
Pencil and Inaki Williams and then Osman Bukari occasion. You cannot direct Kudus as to how to play. Hey, everywhere he wants to dribble. In our half he's dribbling. In our 18 he's dribbling. In the center he's dribbling. He's my boy. I love him.
even in
But you must demarcate.
even in Aki Williams, right? As at this point in
The
time,
man says he's working formulas to get himself.
you can see
tell that, Charlie.
Inaki is and again, right? I've stopped blaming him for his inefficiency.
I told you.
You watch him week in, week out for his club. He is making things happen. I'm sure by now he's asking himself, What am I doing here?
I said, for anybody who wants to understand Iñaki Williams, everybody should go back to that Asamoah tweet.
Yes.
When we played friendly against Nicaragua, he said
he's making runs.
He tweeted that. He said, I'm frustrated for Iñaki Williams.
Yes.
Because as a striker, it is annoying. You are making the run.
And the ball is not
They're not taking you out.
If who am I, after the baby jet have made such thing? Who am I to disagree with him?
And Ben, we are talking about the baby jet, Africa's greatest scorer at the World Cup. Somebody whose performance in a World Cup tournament earned the admiration of probably one of the greatest goal scorers. Ruud van Nistelrooy asked the ESPN people that what is he doing playing in the Middle East? This guy. So if Ruud van Nistelrooy has seen Asamoah and knows, like we say in rap music, real recognize, and he Asamoah fake, and he's saying that Iñaki is suffering because there's a structural problem with the team. You cannot sit somewhere
and disagree
and say that those people who sat on TV, I still can remember the TV station who said that Iñaki Williams is suffering because he said he didn't feel Ghanaian enough. So whoever those guys, you said it on TV, you know yourself, buy your heads in shame.
So guys, thank you for watching up to this point. Thank you for subscribing to Sports Corner GH. Don't forget to turn on notification and comment under our videos. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next video. Charlie, we go vibe.